Hey, it's Matt Bradley-Tschirgi again, and we are looking at a James Bond game. No sound, text adventure, pretty old school. Goldfinger, based off the film, and I'll read the stuff out loud, do silly voices, and we'll see how it goes, and my face will cover up some of it, because it's just me in the corner. So, there we go. Let's go. And it counts your moves. I'm going to do this without a walkthrough for about half an hour, and we'll see how it goes. Any questions, if you like what we see, please subscribe and follow. And James Bond questions, just please go in the chat. So, move 0. Your brand new silver, so you play as James Bond, I'm assuming. Your brand new silver Aston Martin streaks down a dark alpine road. A glance in the rearview mirror reflects several sets of bright headlights closing in fast. You step on the gas, determined to escape and continue your surveillance of suspected gold smuggler Ulrich Goldfinger. The aristocratic blonde beside you grips your arms as you spin through a turn. Moonlight and fear race across her face. Tilly Masterson, out to avenge her sister's death. Another naive beauty in over her head. The treacherous hairpin turn lies dead ahead to the west. You brake, wrestling the wheel for control. Doesn't this seem like something you should play in the game instead of, whatever, uh, read about? You brake, wrestling the wheel for control. The lead Mercedes roars its approach. One of the Koreans inside leans out and takes aim. This you note, so this game might come across as insensitive or offensive, and just consider when it was made, and also that it's based off a movie from the '60s and a book that's even older. Gunfire rakes the dirt road around you, but your cool nerve cancels fear. That's a good sentence. You're Bond, James Bond, 007, and License to Kill. This is the game you know best. It's time to even the odds and see what this car can do. Damn, you think to yourself as you reach for the armrest. Next time I take a car from Q branch, I really should listen to Q. That's a bit of a tongue twister. Next time I take a car from Q branch, I really should listen to Q. So, all right, where do we go with all of that? Ba-da-ba-bup. Um, yeah, it throws you in the middle of like a driving scene, which is a bit weird for a text adventure. But if we do look, let's see, we don't know what verbs we have. Maybe we start with help. Nope. Tilly. She's the woman in the car. Can't this thing go any faster? The lead car is gaining ground on you. It's only 50 meters behind you. Let's do a break. Those Koreans mean business. So that you have the other character talking as you're typing stuff is cool. It makes it feel a bit more cinematic. Um, she looks back nervously. The lead car is caught up to you. One of the Koreans leans out and fires a shot. Fire gun. You are into things, aren't you? From Tilly. The lead Mercedes roars to within inches of your rear bumper. Push button. You have to open the armrest first. Uh, the lead Mercedes cuts you off, forcing you to stop. Koreans pour out of the car behind you, brandishing guns and shouting unintelligently. Maybe I'm dead, let's see. Their leader, a silent mountain of muscle, coolly aims a steel-rimmed bowler at your throat. This clearly isn't the time to lose your head. So that's Odd Job, and that's a funny joke. Funny-ish, I mean, but it's a kind of pun they do. The guards drag you and Tilly from the car as the guard slams the barrel of his gun against your head as your knees crumple and the spinning earth comes closer and closer. You slowly return to the land of the living. Vague voices murmur in the background. As your eyes open, you try and stand up. You can only lift your head. You are manacled to a lawn. Oh, this is a famous scene where he gets the laser towards his meat and two veg. Um, as your eyes open, you try to stand up. You can only lift your head. You are manacled to a long, narrow table in the middle of a warehouse. Anchored into the high ceiling, a huge laser. Its light is bright and relentless as a cyclops eye, pointing right between your legs. Goldfinger is here. Goldfinger is a red-faced man with a head too large for his stocky body. Carrot-colored hair curls sparsely on his scalp, and like unstoppable lichen everywhere else. When he looks at you, his bloodshot eyes glint like brass, scales weighing your worth. Talk to Goldfinger? Let's try that. Goldfinger, my name has inspired me all my life. As you lie there, the bright, straight red laser light burns through the table between your legs, in inches past your knee. So you do get into the action pretty quick here with this iconic scene. I mean, it's not a bad opening. The driving stuff, maybe it's you lose no matter what. I don't know. Because now it says we can do the armrest thing, so we'll have to try that again if that is what actually happens. So yeah, um, let's do inventory. You are holding nothing in your hands, and you have the lighter on your person. Growing impatient, Goldfinger motion. So we know we have a lighter. Growing impatient, Goldfinger motions behind him, and out of the shadows steps the sinister figure of Oddjob, his steel-rimmed bowler nestled in the crook of your arm. If armored tanks could breed, they'd give birth to Oddjob. Funny line. Yeah, there's some good writing here. 350 pounds of Korean muscle, he stands 6 feet tall and a yard wide. His hands are lethal weapons. So are his feet, elbows, knees, and sometimes his head. The two Koreans pull a mighty struggling Tilly forward. At a nod from Goldfinger, Oddjob grips the edge of his bowler and with a flick of his wrist spins it in a deadly arc towards Tilly. Her eyes widen in horror just before the bowler strikes, snapping her neck. She crumples to the floor like a puppet whose strings have been cut. Goldfinger mutters, "She should have stayed in England." That sounds more Russian than German. Oh well. The red light of the laser continues its precise uh, slicing of the table until it is only inches from the top of your thigh. So it's getting closer to Zoinkin James Bond where it counts. Let's see what the hell that means. So we got the lighter. Use lighter. Goldfinger. You seem to be on a fishing expedition, Mr. Bond. The laser light stops, just sort of causing you complete disaster. Goldfinger starts walking towards the door, then pauses. Goldfinger. My associate, Mr. Lane, has informed me of your interesting background, 007. At some point you may be worth something to me alive, but now I have a plane waiting. My men will make you uncomfortable. Goodbye. He turns in there, and then he's gone. Several surly guards waste no time in throwing you into a cold, hard cell. You lie there tied up like a turkey until you're freed during a raid of Arwick Enterprises by MI6 and the Swiss. Well, you don't die. That's interesting, but it's still the end. I don't escape from the trap, you know. Would you like to play again? Yes. We don't have a saved game. So, it starts over from the beginning, and we're going to... Now we know there's something in the armrest. So open armrest. You open the armrest. It contains the buttons. Push buttons. A spraying sound comes from the back of the DB5. A glance in your rearview mirror shows an oil slick glistening across the surface of the road. One of the Mercedes hits it, spins like a pinwheel, and smashes through a guardrail to the valley below. There is a grinding sound from the back of the DB5. The boot springs open and 100 razor-sharp spikes spill and spark, like fireworks in the road behind you. One of the Mercedes tears over the spikes. Its tires are chewed to shreds and it skids wildly into and through a guardrail, bursting into a ball of flame as it spirals down the mountainside. Clouds of smoke billow from the exhaust pipe, making pea soup with the air behind you. Pea soup. Your pursuers slow down, but only momentarily. The wind quickly dissipates the smoke. There's a clicking sound from the back of the DB5. The rear license plates revolve and lock into a new position. Tilly relaxes slightly, and a taut smile crosses her face for a moment. You speed on towards the hairpin. The road jackknifes, and here into a treacherous hairpin turn. Black skid marks snake across the tarmac, following the road's edge as it twists back upon itself. An S-curve flows to the east. To the west, the road climbs towards the South Pass. The lead car has now lost its ground. It's over 100 meters back. So we can go east or west. Let's go west. Channel between two mountains, the wind howls like a banshee through this narrow southern pass. Great evergreen forests stretch up on the mountainsides to sheer rock. The roads head west to an intersection with a major highway. From there, a pair of blinding headlights are moving straight towards you at a high rate of speed. To the east, the road contorts into a hairpin turn, while a pass road leads north. The lead car is still more than 100 meters back. So now it says, to the east, or to the north. We'll do north. Connecting the south and north passes, the pass road clings to the windswept mountainside like a garter on a courtesan's thigh. Boulders slick with moss line its shoulders. All around you, the Alps tower in frozen grandeur. The lead car is still more than 100 meters back. Just keep going north, I guess. The northern pass lies between two snow-clad peaks, one of which stands like a sentinel at the head of the valley guarding the village of Trillex far below. The road leads east towards a lookout clinging to the steep flank, while to the south it winds behind the other peak. To the north, the road enters a Swiss army base protected by electric fence. Ranks of soldiers patrol like clockwork figures around the long gray building behind the fence. So we don't want to go south because there's still the Mercedes over 100 meters behind us. To the north, if we go to the army base, maybe they'll attack us. Because maybe they don't know who I am, right? They don't recognize me by the car. So let's try east. Hugging the mountainside, Lookout Road offers a Christmas card view of the valley below, where a white steeple towers over neat shops and houses of Trellick's. To the west of the north is the North Pass. We just came from there. To the east lies a sharp curve. The road's southern shoulder widens into a lookout. In the ground is a manhole cover. And the Mercedes is gaining ground only 50 meters behind. Okay, good to know. We'll keep on going east. Here the road curves its way around a mountainside like a giant sickle, angling steeply downhill to the south. I have to say the writing on this is better than I was expecting. Lookout Road forms a straight handle to the west. The lead car remains 50 meters behind you. So we'll go south. The steep section of the road climbs north to a sharp curve and descends south into the valley. S what? Oh, it doesn't know what S means south. That's stupid. The road forks here. One tine, I'm not sure what that road, one part of the road goes south to the village below, and it takes us to where we were before, right? Where, you know, Tilly is taken out. An odd job takes us to Goldfinger. So, fair enough. Now we want to use the lighter. And meanwhile, it says the laser light burns through the table. Kick feet. You aren't in a very position to do kicking. So in the meantime, it is still picking up where it left off before. The red light of the laser continues its precise slicing at the table until it's inches from the top of your thigh. Inches. Bite rope. And it does the same ending as before. So if I look over here to a walkthrough, I think this is a good part to stop. It's been kind of a long day. Sorry this one is kind of short, but it's a taste of these James Bond games. I hope to be doing more of these in the future. It depends on a few different things. But if you like what you see, give me a follow. And I hope you enjoyed this little taste of the Goldfinger game from, what year is this? 86. Okay. So catch you later.